Now, China loaned the panda Chuang Chuang to Thailand back in 2003, and he's been very popular since, along with the very public efforts of the zoo to get him to mate. Rather unexpectedly, though, he died on Monday, and that's caused uproar back in China, with many on social media accusing Thailand of not looking after him properly. TV stations across China have been covering the news.
总领馆接到泰国清迈动物园通知，中国旅泰雄性大熊猫创创已于当地时间16号下午。
The BBC's Chinese media analyst Kerry Allen has been following the story, and I asked her how the news of Chuang Chuang's death had gone down in China.
Very, very badly. I mean, panda diplomacy is a big thing in China. You'll get in news agencies and on news websites, much as you'll have news, sport, society, you'll have pages specifically about pandas and their relations either domestically or overseas. So this panda, Chuang Chuang, his birthdays are constantly noted in China. Any kind of events or big steps that he's made, it's big news. So the fact that this panda's died and the details of why he's died it's not clear. There's a lot of concern in China, both from the media and social media users. People are saying that the other panda in Thailand, Lin Hui, should be returned home because they're worried that there might be questions about whether the panda was treated properly, for example.
And what is Thailand saying about why Chuang Chuang died?
Well, they're working with the authorities, people from China who've flown over, and they've said that they're cooperating with an ongoing investigation. So they're showing willing to help. But yeah, in China, just very, very concerned about this.
What, suspicion that the Chuang Chuang was just neglected?
Yes, absolutely, yes. I mean, People's Daily, which is the biggest newspaper that's directly written by the government in China, this has been suddenly showing a lot of documentaries in the past about the way that animals are treated in Thailand. So animals in circuses, animals in zoos. There's this footage that I've seen that was shared on China's platform Renren, which is like Facebook, and it shows an elephant, for example, in a zoo that's got all sorts of injuries, and people are really kind of seeing this footage, and they're getting the impression that not just pandas, but all animals in Thailand, they're very concerned and saying this shows that Thailand just doesn't know how to look after an animal like a panda. And this is an animal that's very vulnerable. It used to be endangered. So they really do want to try and find a way to regain favour with China, really, with this.
Is there an easy answer to the question as to why pandas are so important to China?
It's a form of soft power, the way that you're giving a creature that is so vulnerable. It's a way that China shows that it has its strong relations with other countries, that it's showing something that used to be a big symbol of China, but also almost a kind of a weakness in a way to other countries and showing the strength of their relations. So there have been pandas given to so many different nations in the world, and it shows that they're close, and China obviously keeps tabs on these pandas and shows how well they're looked after in their media coverage. But at the same time, pandas can also be controversial. I mean, we've seen in the last week there are two pandas in Berlin Zoo that are being named Hong and Kong, and this is something that China's really struggling to talk about because of the ongoing Hong Kong protests. The idea that panda diplomacy is so important, but two pandas have been given slightly controversial names, means that China's struggling to talk about this.
The bear was 19 years old, so it was getting on a bit.
It was, but pandas can live to be between 25 and 30 years old, so he was more or less in his prime. There wasn't any immediate suggestion that he was in poor health or anything, and it wasn't that long ago that he celebrated his 19th birthday and China marked it. So yeah, they want to understand why and how this might have happened.
And so we will have post-mortems and they will make efforts to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you can guarantee it will be all over Chinese media and social media when that happens.
The soft power of pandas in future, if China gives a country a panda, the recipient country may not be so happy about it.
They might not know. This case recently in Germany with these two pandas being given controversial names, there's always the possibility that it will be used against the Chinese government, and in a way that it makes it very difficult for China to show this soft power in its domestic media and show that the relations are strong.
Kerry Allen.